Good morning, guys. I'm Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. Hold on. Sorry about that. I had to close the door. My husband's home this morning, and so just in case it gets noisy. All right. Today is Saturday, November 25th. I have a fun day planned with a friend of mine. We're going to go to a craft fair and a festival of trees where you can possibly win a fully decorated tree and other things that go along with it. So that should be fun. But I wanted to talk to you all about when we are faced with people who don't believe the way that we believe, or don't believe in things like Reiki, tarot, hypnosis, the things that I believe in. And when it's somebody that you really care about that is telling you things like, this is stupid, or this is evil, or this is from the devil, and things like that, how that can affect us, because that happened to me recently where somebody who I care about said these things to me and, told me that I shouldn't be doing these things, that I shouldn't be doing these card readings, and it really threw me for a loop. It was like, getting a kick in the gut, basically, because this person has known me for a long time, and I would not think that they would ever think that I would do something that would be evil, basically. And right around that same time, maybe a day before, I started having lots of pain in the right side of my neck and coming down, into this area. And I was like, is this related? Because I always think that our body does reflect some of the things that we think about. So I did look it up and do a little bit of research, and sure enough, it's the right side is the masculine side, and it has to do with overgiving and putting others first and sacrificing our personal needs. And this, for me, makes me very happy doing this, channel and these readings. It also ties in with resisting being true to yourself and sharing your light in the world. Wow. So is this connected to what that person said to me? Possibly. So I also, I did some meditating on it, and the message that I got back was this resistance, this is part of your learning in this life. And this is something that you need to be able to handle, I guess, and I'm always telling you guys that you should be true to yourself and walk your own path and be able to stand in your own truth and all those messages. And now here it is coming right to me face to face. So as I was, meditating and thinking about it and asking for some answers, it was brought forward to my mind to remember specific times in my life where I made choices based on what other people thought I should do, even though I didn't feel that those things were right for me. And they never ended up good. They never, when I chose because of someone else's opinions, it did not turn out the best. So the message I was given was that this time you need to make the right choice for you and for your path and for, what you feel is the right thing. And so that's kind of what I wanted to say, is that I'm making the choice that I always tell you all to make, and that is to follow my gut, to listen to my guides, to do what I'm being led to do, and to do what brings me joy and what I hope helps all of you. The other message that I got was when you do something with the right intentions in mind, when you do it from a place of love, from your heart, it simply cannot be an evil thing. It simply cannot be something from the devil or what have you. So I am going to hope that this person comes to their own realization that what I'm doing is not an evil thing. But I'm hoping that by showing you that I am going through this and I am making the choice that's right for my path, for my soul, for my heart, that it will encourage and inspire you to do the same, because it is not easy. It would be easier for me to just tell the person, oh, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. But that is not the right thing to do either. So anyway, so I'm going to do a reading for the collective, just a daily reading for today. And hopefully there'll be some messages in there for you all, and maybe for me too. All right, I'm going to pause the camera, turn it around, and then we'll get going. Okay, here we are. Let me light that. I've got the mahogany and oak candle burning. I've already sprayed the Merlin spray. Let me put on some of my earthy scent here that I really love. Let's spray to clear the space. I haven't done this in a while since I finished the All Zodiacs. I hope you're enjoying those. I know that I had been telling you that I was going to get a clarifying deck that was like my large deck. Look how small. I had no idea that it was that small. So here's the one that I normally use. And here's the... I wanted to get a clarifying deck that I understand in the same way that I understand the one that I always use. And my new mini deck wanted... I put a few crystals on top and just waited to know what they wanted. So Tiger's Eye and Jasper. Sorry, Jeepers Creepers. Jasper, Tiger's Eye was what that deck wanted. So now, when we clarify, I'll be able to be as connected as I am to the regular deck. Okay. I have flowers. I don't know, can you see that there's a rose petal in here that's kind of brown? It's kind of towards the middle. And I was like, oh, I should turn that flower around. And then I got the message, no, because none of us are perfect. That rose is fine just the way it is, with its imperfections, because that's life, basically. There is no one perfect person walking this earth right now. Definitely not. Okay. So let's we'll just do the regular way that I normally do this, with the what's around the corner cards. I hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving. I did. I did have a nice Thanksgiving. Got lots of messages from people. It was very small here, but we had a good time. We had good food. I didn't have to cook yesterday because we had leftovers. So that's always good to have a break from that. Okay, also don't forget, there is a full moon in a couple of days on Monday. We're already kind of feeling that full moon in Gemini energy. Gemini, the twins, choices and change, and this may be a biggie for some of us. Lots of change may be coming in. Full moons often are a catalyst for that kind of thing. So we may be able to expect that things are going to change. Or we should expect that things are going to change, excuse me. Oh boy. Forward action coming out. Some heartache coming out. Some resources landing in the wrong place. Oh boy. Okay, they're saying get another row. All right, this is for the collective. So there's going to be multiple messages in here. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Okay, one more card, please. One more card. One more card, please. One more card, please, for our good people watching. There it is. That's funny because I think that was on the bottom of the deck when I did the what's around the corner. Okay, now we will get into this. Okay, right in the middle is the Three of Swords. Swords are communication. Threes are collaboration. The Holy Trinity represented here. Creation, creating new things. This is at the center of this reading. So for some of us, we've had a little bit of heartache or heartbreak, but we do have the ability to take those swords out and know how to move forward, right? All right, top row. Two of Swords. This is a choice, but somebody is not seeing either the bigger picture of the choice or how each of those choices will affect them. So you need to take the blinders off. We, as I said, this message, I'm hoping that you all get a message as well as myself. So we need to take the blinders off so that we can make a choice. And we can also see that there is a full moon there in the card. And because this is a full moon in Gemini, I said this is about balance and choice. After that, we have the World. All of your wishes and dreams coming true. Contentment, happiness, everything. Also the completion of a cycle, which, yeah. So that will happen at full moons. Things will be completed and started, endings and beginnings. And then at the end of the row, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are typically forward action. This is a knight of work and material things, but this knight is ready to take a rest, right? So we may have a very tough choice to make. We need to look at it from all directions so we can make the right choice, which will lead to us being content and having the things that we want or need or whatever in our life, and then we can take a little rest. We can make that choice and say, okay, all is well. All right, next row in, another knight. This is the Knight of Swords. This is forward action with communication. He does have one sword, which I say is a little bit of truth involved here, this forward action, truth-telling knight. And there's an eagle in the background, and birds typically signify messages from spirit. And then after that was that Three of Swords, that heartache card, and then the Six of Pentacles. Sixes are harmony. This is pentacles. This is work, things that you create. But as you can see, the hands are not catching that. So this sometimes indicates that your resources are not going to where they should be, or you need to change somewhere that your resources are going. So Knight of Swords, communication, forward action, some heartache. So I'm sensing that when you make this choice and you move forward with it, you may break some hearts, or your heart may be broken, or you may have some heartache regarding that. And then you need to use your resources wisely, right? Right above this is the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. So use your resources wisely, or maybe widely for some of you. And, making that choice and following this along is, once you've made the choice of what you're going to do with your resources, you can take a rest from that and know that, okay, that's the choice that I've made. That's the choice that I'm going to go with. Bottom row, the Nine of Swords. Swords are, communication, as I said, words, contracts, things like that. This is a worry card. This is an anxiety card. There is an owl outside the window, and as I said, birds are often spiritual messengers. And this is also a nighttime. So on this row it has all swords. Two of Swords, making a choice. Knight of Swords, moving forward with the choice. and a little bit of truth element to that. And then the Nine of Swords with all of this worry and anxiety, right? So somebody could be really worried about a choice that they need to make. But if they don't make the choice and move forward, they're just going to be stuck where they are, okay? So for some of you, that may resonate with some choice that you have coming up. And then after the Nine of Swords, we have the Three of Cups. This is an emotion card. This is the only Cups card in the whole reading. So I'm not feeling like this reading has a lot to do with like emotions or relationships, although it could. But this is a celebration. We have, the Three of Swords right above this. So we have the Three of Cups, the celebration card, the collaboration card, the friends, the happiness. Just above that is the heartache and the world. So you can get through this and you can make the choices you need to make to get to that world happiness, wishes fulfilled. And then the last card in the reading is the Chariot. This is victory. This is a victory card. But the thing is about this victory is before moving forward, you need to figure something out, which makes perfect sense because we have the Two of Swords here. So you got to take the blinders off to figure out this sphinxy riddle because the Chariot has no reins. And I believe the Chariot is the card for Cancer. Yes. So that is the card for Cancer. So some of you could have a Cancer in your life that this pertains to, or, something like that. It could be the Chariot, victory, feminine energy, figuring out a puzzle. It could mean that there is a Cancer involved somehow in this reading. Okay, so now that we've talked about all the cards and we know that this heartache is in the center, some of us have some really tough choices to make, and we may have to leave some things behind in order to make this choice to move forward. As we have these knights of rest. Knights are still forward action. The Knight of Pentacles is just a little bit slower moving, but the Knight of Swords is a quicker moving knight, right? So we need to watch where we're putting our resources. Your resources can be money, but it can also be your time, what you're giving people, so you need to watch out and make sure that you're putting those in the right spot, okay? You will get to celebrating, that will happen, but in order to get rid of this, overthinking, anxiety, monkey mind thinking, you need to make that choice, right? Okay, so let's see here. Choices, the world, the knights, the pentacles, and the chair. Okay, let's get some clarifier on the Six of Pentacles just to see what are they talking about here with your resources. Let's see what type. This mini deck, it's hard to shuffle in the traditional way with such a tiny deck, but it's so adorable. I love it. This is the first time that I'm using it. I have already put my energies into it. I've had it there with the little stones on it. So it has been cleared. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? It doesn't exactly flow with it, but what kind of resources are we talking about, please? Why is the Six of Pentacles here, please? Okay. King of Swords. More truth. Why is the Six of Pentacles there? Oh boy, Wands, action. Okay. Is that it? Is there anything else we need to clarify that Six of Pentacles? Anything else to clarify that Six of Pentacles, please? Or is that it? Go around a couple more times. If nothing comes out, then we know that that's it. One more. Okay. All right. So, clarifying the Six of Pentacles, six, harmony, but resources not exactly going where they're supposed to. We got the King of Swords. This is he has one sword. There's an element of truth to this. So we have the Knight of Swords with an element of truth. We have the King of Swords with an element of truth. And this could be truth to yourself, being true to yourself. Maybe, I could take some from this as well for myself. But kings are leaders. They are masters. This King of Swords, he knows his stuff when it comes to intellect, words, communication. He's a good communicator. Then we had the Two of Wands. Remember how we were talking about two's choice? We had the Two of Swords. Which path will you take? I'm hearing the enlightened path or the darker path. So wands are forward action. So going forward, which path will you choose? Then we got the Ace of Wands. This is forward action with something new. Somebody is literally going to help you move forward. That's what that is. Then we have the Page of Cups. This is a messenger of emotion or an emotional message. This is what I'm getting for this. So with this Six of Pentacles, with your resources, there's either going to be a King of Swords that is going to give you some help, some advice I'm hearing, because he knows about communication and things. And then you have that choice to make about which path you're going to go down. So somebody may come along to give you some advice on this. Choose your path. Get to your new beginning here, this Ace of Wands. And then you may be getting a message from somebody which could go along with this King. So that Page of Swords and some sort of emotional message. I'm seeing in my spirit is showing me somebody that comes up and gives you a hug and says it's okay, that everything is okay, everything's going to work out fine, don't worry about it. So maybe with this resources thing, some of you either have been overburdened with helping someone else and you want to be able to stop doing it, but you have some guilt about it. Or this can be literally you spent money that you regret spending is what I'm hearing for another message, okay? So be on the lookout for somebody that's going to give you some advice, and then just make a choice and move ahead. We can't just, when things happen, when speed bumps happen in our lives, we can't just sit there and worry about it. We can't just sit there and worry about it. We have to make a choice to how we're going to move on, right? But remember, you have the World and you have the Three of Cups. You have celebrating coming in. And I don't know why I didn't notice this before, but this heartache is surrounded on the top by the World and on the bottom by celebration. So you will get through this, okay? You will get through this, whatever this is. You just need to make your choices, see your choices, and then, make them move forward, and then you will get to celebrating. And stop worrying about it is not going to change it, okay? I often worry about things, and I struggle with this myself. I have to say, why are you worrying about this? I suffered from anxiety a lot when I was little. I'm talking about when I was in grade school, when I was in junior high. And some days I would just say, okay, well, you're not going to die, so it's okay. You'll get through this. You're not going to die. That was how I got through it. So sad. I wish that I had had some sort of guidance when I was younger so that I wouldn't have to tell myself those types of things. But worry does not solve problems. It just keeps us stuck in worry. So, okay, let's see here. Victory, yeah, once you get over this anxiety, you have this celebration, you have this victory, right? Everything's gonna work out, but you do have a choice to make. You do have a choice. Okay, what's around the corner? Double message, Page of Cups. Remember, we had the Page of Cups, his mini-me. We had the Page of Cups and the clarifier over there. We have it again, okay? So there is some emotional message that's going to come into you. Be open to it. Be on the lookout for it. Sometimes we get messages and we don't notice them, okay? So pay attention to your emotions and your gut feeling, because I feel like some sort of message is going to come through. When is it going to come through? Probably on the full moon, because the next card is the Moon card, okay? We've got this full moon coming up in a couple of days. You may be getting some sort of a message, okay? Moons are about our intuition. They can be about sort of our shadowy side, but they are about change, intuition, dreams, things like that. So maybe you're going to have a dream that's going to bring you a message from an ancestor. And then you have the hanging man. All right, what were we talking about in the beginning? What was I saying this whole thing started with? Being comfortable in yourself, being true to yourself, living in your own truth. The hanging man is all about that. There's two meanings in this. He is A, comfortable just hanging there. He doesn't care that his coins are falling out of his pockets. His arms are wide. He's open. And in this deck, this represents you. So you're at the center of the top of this card where he is hanging from, and he is in complete comfort with himself. He is totally accepting himself and his circumstances, okay? The second way that you look at this card is seeing things in a new perspective, right? Seeing things in a new perspective or a different perspective. All right, so maybe with this full moon, there's something that you need to see a little bit differently. That could definitely be. And for some reason, I can't remember if there is... So the moon card represents Pisces. So you have Cancer and Pisces in this reading. So I don't know if that means anything to you all. But you could have a Cancer or a Pisces around you, or you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Pisces, or that could be your rising sign. And one thing that I've learned as I've been studying over the past few months is that sometimes your rising sign, or it could be called your ascendant, it has both of those. If you're over 50, you may want to watch your rising or ascendant, because a lot of times your sun sign that you were born under has a lot to do with your early life, your early development, and then later on it's your rising sign that sort of will be more resonating with you. So, okay, let's recap for just a moment. I know this was kind of long, but choices, right? Choices. Choice of which way to go. Make the choice. Take the blinders off, right? You're going to have a new beginning, but you have to make that choice first. You're going to get some sort of message, some sort of emotional message, possibly at the full moon. There is going to be a little bit of heartache, because that's in the middle of this, right? This heartache, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's, somebody's going to say, oh, I want a divorce. I mean, this could just be a little bit of heartache. Somebody disappoints you or whatever, or your finances disappoint you, or some choice that you made disappointed you. But you are going to get through it. You can get to the world, you can get to celebration, you can get to victory, right? World, celebration, and victory, okay? So don't forget that. We all have to go through things. It helps us grow. I always say that. When we go through challenges, it helps us grow. Be on the lookout for that King of Swords that may have some information for you, okay? All right. I think that's good. We're ready to move on. I'm being told to get an animal oracle right now, so that's what we'll do. Let's see what spirit animal wants to come out for my people for today. Forward action. Remember to take care of yourself. I'm hearing that, to make sure this Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. So take care of yourself along the way. When you make the choice, don't necessarily dive in head first, right? Think about it, contemplate it, but not overthinking. Okay, take some advice from somebody that you trust. I'm also hearing that message. Oh my gosh, okay, well that flipped right out. Sea turtle, protection. Sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Great. Persevere and you will succeed. Victory. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Yes. 3 of Cups. Happiness, the world, happiness, your intuition, the moon, your intuition, right? The hanging man, being happy in your own skin, okay? New beginning with this Ace of Wands. Okay, sea turtle, protection. You are master of finding life's flow. Be in harmony with the rhythm and your path will unfold. Persevere and you will succeed. You have everything you need to be protected and happy. Yeah, so being in the flow of things with your flow, with your gut instinct, with your intuition is very important. Okay, let's get a Sacred Forest Oracle card from the Denise Lynn deck. Love this deck. Is there any deck I have that I don't love? I don't think so. Okay, what do we have for a Sacred Forest Oracle? Okay, wow. Those jumped right out. So let's see what we have. Mystic Meadow Sanctuary. I love this card. It's sort of like, it reminds me of Alice in Wonderland because of the rabbit there that's dressed. We've got a fox, a bear, a rabbit, beautiful trees. It's gorgeous. This is a 26, which equals 8, which is mastery, right? And the other one we got, I don't think I've ever pulled this. I don't know, maybe I have. Eagle Spirit, Freedom. We have Pegasus down in the bottom. This is a 13 card, which is a 4, which is stability or stagnation. And that looks like a golden eagle because it's not a bald eagle. Let's see. Beautiful, right? Okay, let's look at Mystic Meadow Sanctuary first, page 26. And I will hold the card up for you. This card appears as a reminder to replenish your inner resources. It's time to renew your energy and make tending to your own needs a priority. Oh boy, that's how this reading started out. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is resting and taking care of yourself. Practice extreme self-care. Protect yourself from less than positive influences in your life. Wow. Wow. Can't make this stuff up. The message here is to take shelter, retreat into your home, or spend time in places and with people where you feel at home. Mend physical objects, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. There is the possibility of a huge spurt of energy in the future, but unless you take this time to create foundations and nourish yourself, you might be overwhelmed by it all and miss the opportunities available to you later. This card can also mean that blooming and expansion are at hand. Flowering success awaits you, like the rose we were talking about. Healing energy is growing and beautiful things are to come, the Chariot. Excuse me. Healing that wounded heart. That's what I'm hearing about this heart. I just got it. Wounded heart. Okay, so not broken, but wounded. The spirit of the Mystic Meadow says, draw nourishment from the wellspring inside you. Be a sanctuary for others. Go within and listen to the voice of your soul. Access your divine guidance. If you have been struggling or pushing, take time off, retreat, rest, and relax. Take a vacation or embark on some sort of retreat. Okay. So that was good there. Yeah. Yeah, definitely listen to our own guts, right? What was I saying? That's kind of how this whole thing started here today, right? Eagle Spirit, Freedom. This card indicates that it is time to break free and let your spirit fly. Be daring as you go beyond predictable behavior. Fling your arms up to the heavens in joy. The card can also appear when you have let life or others restrict your freedom. Recognizing this is the first step to reclaiming your power. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectations of others. The truth is that you aren't here on this earth to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. Hold the intent that boundless freedom surges through you, and so it shall. The eagle soars to great heights, as much as 10,000 feet, and has superb eyesight, allowing her to see from great distances. She can symbolize a need for a larger perspective on life. The spirit of eagle says, this is the time to express yourself. Don't hold back. Choose life on your terms. Don't be trapped by the expectations of others. That was very emotional for me while I was reading that. I'm sorry if I got a little choked up while I was reading it, but I explained to you all my recent experience with what somebody said to me and how that made me feel. So getting that message from Eagle Spirit was very moving to me. I hope that this reading has given you some insight today. I hope that we can all remember that we are the only ones walking in our shoes, and we must do what feels right for our own souls, even if it means it's not going to make every single person in our lives happy, right? So I hope you have a beautiful day. I certainly plan to, with my wonderful friend that I haven't been able to see all summer, and we're finally getting to spend a day together before winter. So I'm happy about that. Okay. As always, peace and kindness every single day. I do love you all.